ផ្សេងនៅរបៀបរៀនដែលធ្វើឲ្យយើងទទួលបានលទ្ធផលល្អដូចពួកគាត់ដែរ
ខ្ញុំបាទឈ្មោះសុចត្រាមកពីសាលារៀនសុវណ្ណភូមិកន្លងមកខ្ញុំធ្លាប់បានចូលសិក្ខាសាលាមួយចំនួនដែរសិក្ខាសាលានៅ CEO ខុសពីសាលាដទៃព្រោះនៅនេះមានគ្រូដែលរៀនល្អហើយមានអ្នកមានបទពិសោធន៍ច្រើន
ជាពិសេសនេះទៀតគឺល្អសម្រាប់ខ្ញុំមែនតើដែលខ្ញុំទទួលបានពីខាងវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO នេះផងដែរ
។ ចូលរួមកសាងគុណភាពធនធានមនុស្សកម្ពុជាឲ្យកាន់តែខ្លាំងវិជាស្ថាន CEO សូមទទួលស្វាគមន៍សិស្សមកទទួលការបណ្ដុះបណ្ដាលថ្នាក់បរិញ្ញាបត្រគ្រប់គ្រងពាណិជ្ជកម្មអន្តរជាតិនិស្សិតនឹងទទួលបានការសិក្សាបន្ថែមលើជំនាញភាសាអង់គ្លេសជំនាញកុំព្យូទ័រជំនាញទំនាក់ទំនងនិងជំនាញនិយាយជាសាធារណៈការរកឃើញទេពកោសល្យជោគជ័យពីកំណើតតាមរយៈបច្ចេកវិទ្យាខួរក្បាលលំដាប់ពិភពលោក Red Scan ការធានាការងារធ្វើបន្ទាប់ពីបញ្ចប់ការសិក្សានៅពេលបញ្ចប់ការសិក្សានៅវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO និស្សិតនឹងទទួលបានជំនាញច្បាស់លាស់អាចធ្វើការក្នុងតួនាទីជាអ្នកដឹកនាំនិងទទួលបានប្រាក់ចំណូលខ្ពស់ព័ត៌មានបន្ថែមសូមតាក់ទងទូរស័ព្ទលេខ023ការ៉េ6 555 023ការ៉េ6 999វិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO ខ្លាយជាបុគ្គលិកពូកែអ្នកដឹកនាំពូកែអ្នករកស៊ីពូកែ កម្មវិធីប្រកួតប្រជែងយុវជនអ្នកបន្តវេនសិស្សថ្នាក់ទី12ទូទាំងប្រទេសរដូវកាលទី2ឆ្នាំ2019កម្មវិធីនេះសហការរៀបចំដោយវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO និង CEO Master Club ឧបត្ថម្ភធំដោយធនាគារឯកទេស AEON Cambodia PLC សហការឧបត្ថម្ភដោយធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទក្រុមហ៊ុន Campaign ឆ្នាំពណ៌ជាតិ
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Neak Bontorvein competition for grade 12 students. Today is the first round and the second pair for English speaking contest. So I want to start a little bit about Neak Bontorvein competition or Neak Bontorvein program. Neak Bontorvein is a social network program which is created by CEO Institute and CEO Master Club to provide the opportunity for all the grade 12 students across the country to demonstrate their ability, their boldness, their courage, and their public speaking skills through the dialogue and conversation. So for the contestant, they can show their experiences, their life story, the solution to the topic, that the topic mostly about the leadership, about the entrepreneurship, society, education, youth, career, and especially about the grade 12 student. So for Neak Bontorvein, as you know already that we have three kinds of contests. The first we have Khmer public speaking contest, and the second English speaking contest, and the last one is outstanding contest. So for our competition, we got the sponsor. From our sponsor, we have our main sponsor. So our main sponsor, so thank for AEON Specialized Bank, and our co-sponsors, we have Rural Development Bank Campaign and Brand Scan Cambodia. So before we start the discussion, so I just ask all of you to click like and share. As you know that when you also a judge for our competition for our both contestants. So you have 40% of we can say score assessment. So when you share on the poster of our contestant, you get they will gain 20% of the score, and you can click the link above the video and you vote for your favorite candidate or your favorite contestant. So they will gain more 20% of the scores. So just like and share to all our more to get more audience to join with us today. So for if you already click like and share, and you please drop your comment for us and to get me to know that you already share to get more people to join us. So for today we have two contestants. My left side we have Miss Mao Vichheka, and Mao Vichheka is the grade 12 student from Hun San Kampong Kantut High School from Kanda Province. And also my right side we have Mr. CHHENG PHEAKDEY, and CHHENG PHEAKDEY is a grade 12 student from Chiesim Samaki High School. So let's welcome to the competition, both of you. Yeah. Okay, so for today topic, we are going to talk about the reading. Yeah, the reading in Cambodia. You know, our topic is about why do Cambodian youth dislike reading books. So as you know already that our country, there are still no many people they like reading books, especially for the youth, including the ordinary people, for students at all levels, and even the teacher or lecturer, they also don't like reading books. If they reading, it is just required from the other people to read. From the other people. So we will find out the factors that why lead Cambodia to the low reading culture. So for the very first step, I would like to post this question to Mr. CHHENG PHEAKDEY. Okay, you can show your perspective, your ideas, or answer the question, why do Cambodian youth dislike reading books? Okay, please.
For me, I think Cambodians just dislike reading the book because of two main causes that can affect to all those people who dislike to read the book. The first one is about the environment, or we can say that it's about the society. And the second one is about yourself. Do you know why I said the environment can affect you? Because all those people in Cambodia, do you think all the guys are the person who likes to read the book? Not. It's they do not like to read the book. Sometimes it's about the modern technology. That's why it can make them below at reading. That's why it can make you feel like, oh, everyone do not like to read the book. So why I have to read? Why? It's the question that you can ask yourself. But even though you don't like to read the book, but you can force yourself to read the book, because sometimes book can really help you, and it's also the best thing that bright your way. Yeah. And all of the successful person, they always read the book. Like Mr. Bill Gates, he always read the book all the time, and he spend that day per week. They can and he spend that day per week. He can finish one book. Yeah. And for the second one, it's about yourself. Everyone are wonderful, one with a wonderful skill. So why you think you are poor? Why you look down at yourself? And why another people need to look down at you? Don't be like that. Just encourage yourself by reading books or do something that really make you wonderful in your life. And I know that us Cambodian people, some people are not like to read a book, and especially at the province, they doesn't have any time or have many books to read. But in Phnom Penh, they have a lot of books. So why don't we do a charity for all the students that live in the province for study, for reading? Do you think it's a good idea for if we do a charity for all the students at the province? And I think if we have a book, we can read the book. We will have many ideas to create many activities, or we can do an invent. We can become an inventor in one day. Because the book can give you and critical thinking and also a new things that you don't know, and it also can make people be rich and better life in the future. Yeah. In sum up to conclusion, I think you must read the book.
Okay, thank you for Phheakdey for showing your perspective on the topic. So now let's move to Ms. Vichheka. Okay, Vichheka, can you answer the question? Why do Cambodian youth dislike reading books?
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon, and I am Vichheka. Study at Hussein Kampong Control High School. Yeah, today I have a topic. Is a special topic for me. Yeah, why do Cambodian youth dislike reading book? Yes, because the Cambodian and many people in Cambodia, they don't like reading book. They're interesting about radio, watch TV, and play game, do something after they study and work. Yeah. Today I have 3 points to show all of you. First, habit. Yes, habit. You know, the many in Cambodian when they free after they study and work, they always spend time for phone. Yes, example for me too.
Yeah.
Some family and many family, the children then grow up, they never saw parent reading book. Yeah, they never saw. Then they always saw the parent like phone and to do something on phone.
Yeah.
And when the children cry, they always get a phone to there. They never saw about the book.
Yeah, they follow their parents.
Yes, they follow. And the second is the shortfall of book nation language. Yeah, the in Cambodian the library books is not it's not many. Yes, a little bit, so much. And in the high school, in the teacher, they never push the student to read the book in the library. Yes, and the third is the electric. You know, in the world, electric is so popular, like Cambodia too. They always play on Facebook and YouTube and do something. They never interesting about reading book.
Yeah.
Yes. Finally, to 3 points I show all of you. First, habit. Two, second, the shortfall book of nation language, and third, electric. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so thank you for Vichheka. Vichheka already mentioned about 3 points. The first is about habit, and the second about lacking books in our national language, and also the last one is they pay their time on social media. Okay, so and also for Phheakdey already mentioned about the environment and ourselves. So I just want you to add a little bit about the environment. What do you focus on about the environment? Can you explain us more?
For the environment, thank you for your question, and it's really the best question. For the environment, it's kind of affects to the people that can make the earth Cambodia doesn't like to read the book, do not like to read the book. Because people in Cambodia, they do not like to read the book. Just have a few people that they like to read the book. So, do you think if you live with the people who like to read the book, you will like to read the book too? But if you live with the people that they do not like to read the book, you will not read the book too. And it's like you follow the actions that all of those people do. And in that day, you will think that, oh, they don't read. So why I need to read? Why I need to be a curious person? And why I need to be a smarter than them? But it's the wrong idea. I disagree with this idea.
Okay, so Phakdey, he means that about the people that will live in the society or the environment that the people they don't like reading book.
Yeah.
So you will follow them as well because no one that they like reading book. Oh, okay. So as you know already that Phakdey already mentioned about the book. It's really important. So we have to read book like Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft. He read 50 books in per month and also one book in a week. And also for the Mr. Mark Zuckerberg, founder of Facebook, he read one book in 2 days. So in the developed country, they like reading so much. So I just want to ask you one question about it. What are the benefits of reading books? Also, so this question is to Ms. Vichheka. Okay. What is the benefit of reading book? Or the importance, the advantage? Yeah, please.
Yeah, thank you. It's important advantage that I think
Why people have to read book? So I just want you to show about the benefits of reading book. Okay, you can show reading book can make some to get more idea. Can you show about your perspective? Why students or teacher or everyone need to read book?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Why the student need to reading book? Yeah, because the book is important to everybody. When you spend time to read the book every day, you must to knowledge is grow up. Yeah, and you know about the meaning of the book, the other book. Yeah, what the meaning of book like this and like that. You can heard and you can show about the story of the book. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so what about Phakdey?
For my idea, the first one, the book, we can know the meaning of the book. We can't judge the book by its cover, right? The book has different meaning. One book has one meaning, like bestseller in the world. The books that name the bestseller in the world. It's the best book, and it's really important for us, those sellers who want to be who want to be a richer. Yeah, and if you read more book, you will have more idea to create a new thing. So you can become an inventor in one day. Like you want to create a robot. How can you create a robot without reading a book or without doing any activity for doing that thing? So we can't do that. We can't do that thing if we do not read the book or we do not research something about the robot. So the book is really important for all of the student, researcher, and inventor.
Okay, thank you. So the audience, you already know that about the importance of reading book, and so I will pose one question after that about reading book is really important and it provides many benefits. So as you know already that in Cambodia they have a low culture reading, a low reading culture. So how to promote the reading cultures in Cambodia? How to encourage people to read book more? For Phakdey.
Thank you for this question. About Cambodia, I think nowadays it's really in low quality that about reading the book. So we need to promote our books by selling books to the child or tell to their parents to bring them to the bookstore, or the seller can sell the toy for the child at the bookstore, or we can make the companies that have to sell the toy and with the book made together. In that time when the child go to the company to buy the toy, they will see, oh, this company has the book, so they will be curious with that book. They want to know, oh, that book, what that book is talking about. So they will read that book. And for the people in the province, I think they might not have any library and not really a lot. So we can do a charity for all of people at there.
Okay, thank you. And what about Vichheka? Vichheka, can you please tell us about the question that I posed to Mr. Phheakdey at the moment, please?
Yeah.
How to promote Cambodian youth or Cambodian people to read book more?
Yeah, thank you. For me, I think like first it's a public series to reading book. Yeah, you know, you can share on Facebook to the electric. Yeah, and then especially the children when they grow up, they how to know book. First, your family they must to push the children to read the book. They don't get a phone to the children. Yes, and I think some family they always push the children reading book, and sometimes they must to get a baby and your children to the library of book and to know a lot of book. Yes, it's good for you can more reading book.
Okay.
Yeah.
For yourself, do you like reading books?
Yeah, for me, I think sometimes I don't like book because I don't know why I don't like, but I just when a free time I just to get a phone and look like the office book and do something. But when I try grad now, I think I like book then more than more.
Why you like book? Well, you just already told us that before you never interested in book, but right now you interested in book. For yourself, why you interested in book right now?
Because I think now I'm not to the 10th grade or 11th grade. I 12th grade. I always tell myself I 12th grade. Don't be do something. I always push myself reading book and do everything that because it is the trigger is important to me, and then I think about my parents all the time. When I feel for exam, what happened on my family and me. Yeah.
Okay, people, especially Cambodian youth, they always say that they have no free time to read book or they are so busy with their studying.
Yeah.
So, can you tell how to create the time to read when they're so busy? How to create the time? When you find the time, you have any strategies to share with us about the time to read book? If you're so busy, you know, so all the students, all the pupils, they need to read books. So if they said so busy, can you share us the techniques how to create a time to read book?
Yeah, for me, it's my habit every day. When I'm busy, I always I have the table for study. When I'm busy so much, maybe I pay a time for reading book to 10 minutes or 12 minutes. Yeah. So and then when I'm busy, I always think about I need the book because it's a habit every day. I read in the book, and then example, in one day I'm not reading book. In my staff is my feeling is think like book.
Yeah.
And then because it's a habit every day you think a book, but when you're busy so you must to your feeling is to know about your feeling that you want reading book.
Okay, thank you, Vichheka. So I will turn this question to Mr. Phheakdey. Phheakdey, do you like reading books, and why not?
Okay. For me, I like to reading books since I know my chemistry teacher. He is the one who encouraged me to reading the book. And for me, I like to read the books that related to emotion. I do not like to read the novel book. Yeah. And for the emotion book, the motivate book, it can encourage me to study hard, and sometimes it can encourage me to be a good people, be well to everyone, not do something bad, be proactive. Yeah. And because of my teacher, he always said reading book is the thing that can improve yourself and also become a richer in the future. Yeah.
Okay, so the second question that is about people or Cambodian youth. They always say they are so busy with their studying or busy doing anything. They have no time to read books. That's why it is one of the reasons that they don't read book. So can you share us how to create a time to read when we are so busy?
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I think lack of time is just a break because don't be a liar to yourself, man. Everyone always have their own 24 hours per day. So why you don't have the time for reading book? You can spend only 1 minute or 10 minutes to reading the book in one day. So you can read 10 minutes. You can read over one page of the book. So you can multiply any page. So you can in 1 month you can read maybe half a book. So why you don't have free time? And one more thing, if you don't have free time, you can do a schedule for yourself, because every people that they are the successful person, they will have their own category, their own strategy for their study life, and also something new, and also the thing that they want to do.
Okay, thank you for your great response to me. About most people, they said about they always holding their phone and playing social media, Facebook, YouTube. They spend time mostly on social media, but they don't involve themselves in reading book. You already mentioned a lot about the importance of reading books. For one more question before we finish the first session. So you know that Vichheka already mentioned it before. You don't like reading book. So when you start to read book at the first time, I think it's really difficult. So can you share us how to create our own habit of reading? You create your own habit of reading. You never interested in book, and you just start. So how to start? Where to start reading? Okay, please share.
Okay, it is so difficult so much. When I start to read the book, my feeling is so difficult because I interesting about your phone than book in the first time. And then I say you must to read the book one day just 10 minutes or 20 minutes only. Yes. First time 10 minutes, second time I can do half.
Okay, that's good.
And the third time into 1 hour. If you have a third habit, you can do every day. Yes.
Okay, thank you. That is one of the good response about first time you start to read book. Don't pay much time on book. Like I must read it for 1 hour, for 2 hours. So don't like that. You just start from 10 minutes, 5 minutes to 20 minutes and 30 minutes. And so what about Phheakdey? Can you share about how to create our own habit of reading?
For me, like Miss Vichheka said, in the first time, read the book is so hard for me because I never read the book. I don't like it. I like to play phone and playing guitar or something else. But my fear motivate me. Oh, I want to be a richer. I want to be a millionaire in the future. So why I don't read the book? So why I don't create a new idea? That is the thing that encourage my fear to read the book. And in the first time, I just spend only 10 minutes per day for read the book, and I just finished only 2 pages. for understand book, for understand the meaning of the book. And from that day on, the second day, I spent 15 hours. No, sorry, not 15 hours, 15 minutes. Yeah. And the third day, I spent around 30 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So we already talked about the benefits, the reason why Cambodia youth they don't like reading book. You also about the habit of reading book in Cambodia. We lack in. I find out a lot of a lot of factors that lead Cambodia to low reading cultures. So in the second session, we will going deeply to our topic. That we will find more solution to our topic to increase the reading the people that push them to read more book and push the author to write the book in our language. Okay, so for the second round, everybody, you are the audience. You can drop your comment or drop your questions up. Under the video, and I will pick up some of your question to ask our contestant, and we'll let them to ask each other at the second session. So I will see you in the next session, second session. Okay, thank you.
ដើម្បីចូលខាងប្រតិភិបធនធានមនុស្សកម្ពុជាឲ្យកាន់តែខ្លាំងវិជាស្ថាន CEO សូមទទួលស្វាគមន៍សិស្សមកទទួលការបណ្ដុះបណ្ដាលថ្នាក់បរិញ្ញាបត្រគ្រប់គ្រងពាណិជ្ជកម្មអន្តរជាតិនិស្សិតនិង
ទភាពឥឡូវនេះនាងខ្ញុំកំពុងតែស្ថិតនៅផ្សារទំនើប AEON Mall អរគុណខាងពេលយូរសូមជួយទាំងអស់គ្នាជម្រាបសួរកញ្ញាចាមិញឃើញកញ្ញាកំពុងតែធ្វើអ្វីដែរខ្ញុំមកនេះដើម្បីយកកាត AEON របស់ខ្ញុំថាវាមានភាពងាយស្រួលច្រើនខ្ញុំអាចប្រើប្រាស់វាដើម្បីទិញទំនិញអនឡាញឬក៏ទូទាត់ប្រកបផ្សេងបានជាពិសេសជាងនេះទៅទៀតគឺថាយើងអាចដកសាច់ប្រាក់បានពីគ្រប់ ATM ដែលមានផ្លាកសញ្ញា Visa ឬក៏ Plus ចំពោះការបញ្ចុះតម្លៃគឺថាយើងបានទទួលការបញ្ចុះតម្លៃពិសេសពីគ្រប់ដៃគូសហការរបស់ AEON ហើយនៅរៀងរាល់ថ្ងៃទី20និងថ្ងៃទី30នឹងទទួលបានការបញ្ចុះតម្លៃ 5% បន្ថែមទៀតពិសេសនោះគឺរាល់ការទិញទំនិញឬក៏ញ៉ាំអាហារដែលប្រើប្រាស់កាត AEON នឹងទទួលបានការសន្សំពិន្ទុដើម្បីបដូរយករង្វាន់វាពិតជាមានភាពងាយស្រួលណាស់ដោយគ្រាន់តែយើងទៅបំពេញបែបបទនៅគ្រប់សាខារបស់ធនាគារឯកទេស AEON ដែលភ្ជាប់ជាមួយនឹងឯកសារមួយចំនួនដូចជាអត្តសញ្ញាណប័ណ្ណប័ណ្ណគ្រួសារហើយនិងលិខិតបញ្ជាក់ប្រាក់ខែសូមអរគុណដល់កញ្ញាដែលបានផ្ដល់កិច្ចសម្ភារជាមួយនឹងព័ត៌មានលម្អិតផងដែរចា៎
AEON កាតនេះជាអ្វីដែលអ្នកត្រូវការ
កម្មវិធីប្រកួតប្រជែងយុវជនអ្នកបន្តវេនសិស្សថ្នាក់ទី12ទូទាំងប្រទេសរដូវកាលទី2ឆ្នាំ2019កម្មវិធីនេះសហការរៀបចំដោយវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO និង CEO Master Club ឧបត្ថម្ភធំដោយធនាគារឯកទេស AEON Cambodia PLC សហការឧបត្ថម្ភដោយធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទក្រុមហ៊ុន Campaign ឆ្នាំពណ៌ជាតិ
Okay, welcome back to Neak Bontorvein competition for the grad first student, the second session. So in this session, we will pick up the questions from our audience to ask two of our contestants. Okay, so we have a question from one account, Facebook account of Kusnai Antanu. He asked us one question. What kind of book should Cambodian youth start to read to make them enjoy in reading and to build the reading culture? I mean, I also asked you about that question about to create the reading culture. Yeah. So first you have to read from a little bit from 5 minutes, 10 minutes and 30 minutes. Okay, so now we will ask you about what kind of book that the youth when they just start to read the book at the first time. Sometimes they read the wrong book that they dislike, so they don't want to read it anymore. Okay, so that's question to Mr. Phheakdey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for your question. And for this question, I think it depend on you because the kind of book is depend on you. What you like to read, like. You would like to read a novel book, so at the first time you need to find the novel book that you like to read, that you want it, and read it just a few minutes a day. So that's why it can encourage you day by day to be a reader. And for the people who really like to read the books that related to emotion or motivate people, they can find the books that related to the human emotion, yeah, and it's really important because those books can teach them how to be pretend about the human feeling, emotional, and it's also can make those people know that how to be warmful to another, not the bad person, and be proactive.
Okay, so about Vichheka, can you share us please about what kinds of book that the youth in Cambodia should read?
Okay, thank you for the question. Okay, first you must to ask yourself what kind of book do you like to read first, and then when you ask yourself and then you reply to yourself, like the funny and like the history. And other book, yeah. And then when you know you like the reading the book of like book and this one, you can in your feeling you is so happy when you reading the book. Yes, I think like this because when first time I always ask myself what kind of book do you like. I always say like this. When I know the answer, when I know the answer, the easy so much for you choose the book when choose the book to reading. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So they already mentioned about the readings. To promote the reading, firstly you have to read the book. You can find out your favorite book. You start to read the book. Your what kinds of book that is your favorite. You find out from yourself. Okay, don't ask others. For yourself, what kind of book do you like? You like novel book? You like a fiction book? You like the book that relates to about leadership, about the business, about others that you can find out from yourself. Okay, so we don't have any question from our audience yet, so I would like to ask you one question about, at the moment I also ask about the reading culture, how to promote the reading culture. So from the youth, you are also the youth, so I ask from you. So I just ask about the duties of the government. You know, the government, what the duties of the government they should do to increase or to promote the reading cultures in Cambodia. What the government should help us to increase or to make the reading culture in Cambodia growing up. Okay, so Phakdey.
Thank you for the question. And I think nowadays the education is just developed. They are in developing. So I think the book, in one day, the book will be the important thing in social in Cambodia too. So I think the government should make the charity for the children, for all the child in Cambodia, and can make book affair for all the years. Yeah, I know nowadays we all has book affair. Yeah, but how about the people at the province? How can they use the book? How can they read the book? Because they do not have time to come to Phnom Penh and then go to book affair. So we can make a charity to do book affair at another province like Bontorvein, Ratnakiri, or another province that far from Phnom Penh. And in that country have a lot of poor people and poverty people, as some people are like to read the book and also want to buy the book, but they can't. They don't have enough money to buy the book. So the poverty people must have the things that can help by the rich people by those action about the charity. The government can do any charity and can do any charity for all those people. I think it's the best idea.
Okay, thank you. So Vichheka, the same question to you about the government. Okay, so what can the government do to promote the reading culture in Cambodia? Please.
Okay, yeah, thank you, President. For me, I think like the Cambodia in the government is to make a book, a lot of book. Yes, and then like the Phnom Penh series is to a lot of book, and the other book like to the book is the popular, but you must to look at the like to the student and to the people too far from Syria. You can, because it is so difficult so much to find a book, the good book. Yeah, and then I think like because it is far from Syria, they cannot to come to Phnom Penh, buy the good book and buy the book that they want to buy, and some they don't know how to buy book. Yeah, too much to share to the I like now have electric Facebook. They have a smartphone, and then you want to share on the Facebook on electric. There's something that they can see about book. Yeah,
okay.
Thank you.
Okay, both of them already mentioned about the strategies or the duties of our government should do is to create more library or create the national book fair in the province. In the provinces, not only in the city, and also they also publishing some more books. Okay, so you said that we lack book in Khmer literature, in Khmer language. So we have to create or publishing more books for the youth and for Cambodian people to read. Okay, so we have the question from our audience more. So the question from just the same question, but I just want you to tell us more about the advantage and the benefit. I already asked you, but our audience from Facebook account own pair, you have asked about what are the benefits of reading book. Can you share us more more than this? I already asked you, but it's just a little bit of the benefits. You know, reading book has many benefits. Okay, so for Vichheka, can you share us more about the benefits or the advantages of reading book?
Okay, I think like the book is important so much for the children, for the teacher, for the everybody in the world, like Cambodia too. You must how to know the advantage of book. It's important of reading book. Yeah, I think like you must to find the book in the good book in the meaning of the book. One, what do you want to read? What do you want to see and want to hear about book? Yeah, and then you must to an example like me when I always think the book is the good is important to me, and when I read the book I always think, oh, I have more knowledge and I can know about the story of the book and the meaning of the book. And then you think the book can make you a good person, and the good work then you are reading book. And finally you must to think a book is important. So when you have a good book and you have the book like you want to reading, you can make yourself is so power and strength and more and more.
Okay, so about Phakdey, can you share us about the benefits of reading book?
For me, there are too many pros of reading book. The first one, you can find the value of the book. The second one, the book can change your life. Because the value of the book, when you're reading the book, you can know, oh, this book means like that. And when you read the book, if you have a shallow idea, you will become the person who have a deep idea and really think big. Like before, we want to be an ordinary person, but after you read the book, oh, I want to be a millionaire. Oh, I want to be a government. Yeah, that's why the books can change the life of the people. And it is the value of the book that you read. And remember that word, reading the book like imagine the future. And reading is traveling, is taking your journey. Always continue your journey by reading the book is the best way.
Okay, thank you. We get more ideas from the benefits of a reading book. We improve from Vichheka said improve our knowledge, both either the general and our technical. And Phakdey mentioned that reading book we can imagine in the future, we can know the future, and also we can reading book enhance our critical thinking. Generate the news idea. So there are a lot of benefits of reading book. So all the students or all the youth in Cambodia should read more books. Okay, so Mike, I released a question to you. More some perception of people. They said reading book make them headache, or reading book is boring, or sometimes they said learning makes people crazy. When you reading books a lot, so some people they will raise up this perception. So Phakdey, what do you think about this perception?
For this question for another people, I think it's just a silly question.
Yeah.
And this question, I think we do not have to ask it because sometimes you do not accept with the people who reading the book. You think those people are unique, but you don't know about yourself. If they're unique, they are wonderful. They are really wonderful than you, more wonderful than you. Yeah, and think that reading the book is not make you crazy, but can increase your knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah, and it also can make you have new idea than the people who do not reading the book.
Okay, Vichheka, some youth they said reading book is boring. Reading book can make us headache. So, what do you think about this idea?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
For me, I think like I ever heard about like this.
Yes, are you boring when you're reading?
No.
Right?
I heard some people they always say like this. You study? Why you study? You study a lot of you like crazy. You are crazy when you study.
Yeah.
I heard. I don't think so about like this because I think when you study more and more, when you're reading more and more, no crazy.
Yeah.
But you don't think about the background. They say like you crazy. Don't think. If you think, you have you falling down. Yes, I think like this, because when you think you live, you're feeling feel down, you don't want to read in the book, and then you must to push yourself. Oh, don't think. You must to push yourself about reading book. Yes, because the book is this important so much, and then when you know a lot of book, you can when you know a lot of book, you can get the knowledge more and more. And the other people say you crazy. One day they know about the important book, because I think there's some people like this, they never know about book, they never reading, because maybe they never go to school.
Okay.
I think like this.
Okay, this is just the wrong perception of some people because they don't know about the values of reading book.
Yeah.
If we know about the value of reading book, we will think that book is really important. Book can help us release our stress. But actually, for them they don't know about the value of reading book. They said reading book is boring because they are not interested in book. Okay, so as you find out the reason why Cambodian youth dislike reading book, you said because Cambodia sometimes they cannot read book in English or in the other languages. So we are shortage of the book in Khmer language. So why do we have a shortage of a local authors that the writer that they can write book in Khmer language? Sometimes they just translate from the other languages. So sometimes when we read book, we really don't understand because they just translate. It's not from their own ideas. So it can make us boring, like some perception they said, because if we don't understand, it just only translate. So why we are shortage of the writer, or why we lack of the writer, or why we lack of the books in Khmer languages? Okay, so Phheakdey, can you tell us?
Thank you for the question, and I think because of the education nowadays, because before Cambodia in low education, that's why the people need to copy from another book and then translate to Khmer language, and then but now they have more writer, I have so many writers in Cambodia, but they not yet show their ability, and I hope that in future in Cambodia we'll have the best writer in Cambodia that do not translate from another book. And if you translate from another book, some words are strong. That's why can make the book be boring for some people who just know a little bit about the book.
Okay, so thank you. You said that we are the young, or can say the young writer is growing. But actually Cambodia, I think still lack of the writer to write more book. Okay, so the old author they will stop right. This old author they stop writing, and the young writer it isn't growing. So for you, why? Can you tell us why some people they quit their job of writing books? You know, because we still lack, we still shortage of a local author, local writer in Cambodia. So why? Because this reason. Can you tell us?
Okay, thank you for question. I think that in Cambodia is a little bit of writer. Before, maybe it's so difficult because in the writer it's so difficult to study. You must to think and you must to use the idea so much, and then the people they don't like.
Yeah.
And to now, I think it's the craft than before, because in the persons in Cambodia they know and they have an idea this because they're smart than before. Because they can find in the electric and the search in Google and do something that like this. And if now you have all the writer and young
Writer.
writer you have.
Yeah.
Because now in Cambodia is so craft than before, and then the young writer they can make themselves don't be copy to the other language to translate. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, I think we still lack of the documents. That's why everyone they trying to search on Google, on the internet in other languages, because we got more document and more book to research. So it means we still lack the local author. So like Phakdey already mentioned that Cambodia a low education because we already met a lot of wars in the past time. Okay, many educated people and they including the writer they was eliminated in the Khmer Rouge. Okay, as you already know that in that genocide. So Cambodia need time to produce more human resources. So how for my I want to release a question connected to the question that I asked you at the moment about how can we inspire more writers in Cambodia, I mean to inspire them to write more book. Okay, please.
For me, to inspire the writer to write more book, it depends on the writer. Yeah, and but depend on the people who like to read the book too.
Yeah.
Because when the people like to read the book, they will buy so many books and buy those books, and the writer will have the feeling, oh, many people buy the book, so I have to create more and more for them.
Yeah.
And so in the future, all of the writer will share those experience to another people. So we can create new writer, and then we also have the bestseller in our own country too.
Okay, thank you. So about Vichheka, how can you push more writer to write book more in Cambodia, that we can research more, because we have a lot of books, but right now we still lack of the document for research. Okay, so can you tell us any strategy or how you can do or the government can do to inspire the writer in Cambodia, please?
Yeah, thank you. For me, I think like too, but I have to more idea. I think like some Cambodian, they don't like reading book. They're not interesting, and some people they like reading book and they always reading book, and then you look at the writer. When they saw about the story like this, I think that feeling they fell down when the people not reading book, but when the writer saw Cambodian like reading book and you push their feeling grow up to hard, to working hard to writer more and more. And yeah, you know, everyone when they like to your book and like your writer, they always so happy, so glad. Yes, and then you feeling the grow up the strength about writer.
Okay,
Yeah, thank
so I got some ideas from both of them about how we can encourage the writer in Cambodia, because you know the writer they create a book for sell it to all the readers. So if there is no reader, so why they need to create it? So and sometimes when they create or they write the book, sometimes the other people they copy the book, or we can say intellectual law still not yet straightened. So when they for example when they create a book and then it is their intellectual property, so the other people they cannot take it to copy and for selling by we can say copyright. Copyright. So it is the duties of the government should do to straighten the copyright. Okay, so we got a lot
like this. Okay.
Yeah.
I think your feeling is to know. Two. I think like when you know about the book do you like, and you can spend a time for the read the book, and yeah, I know when the something that you like, you always take care, you always spend a time to read to it every time. I think like this.
Okay. You
So-
want to add more?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
please.
thank you for your response, and I think this idea is a really good idea, but really thankful. And I think one more thing is about like I depend to the rock. Rock is the thing that is no volume, yeah, right? But if we put that rock into the museum, another people will see that, oh, that rock is in the museum, so that rock is really important. So if they sell that rock, it will be have in a full price. It will very expensive. So the volume of the book is depend on you. What do you put the volume of the book?
Okay, thank you. So after you ask the question to each other, so it is time for you to sum up what you mentioned about our topic is why do Cambodian youth dislike reading books? Okay, you have 2 minutes to sum up what you learn or what you just mentioned at the moment to sum up. Okay, so for Phakdey, please.
Thank you for this. Why do your Cambodian dislike to read the book? Yeah, for your Cambodian dislike to read the book because all of the people around them they are not like to read the book like them. So they follow the action for the people who do not like to read the book. But in the fact, the book is really important for you, and you can be the really important person in the society
Thank you. So
កម្មវិធីប្រកួតប្រជែងយុវជនអ្នកបន្តវេនសិស្សថ្នាក់ទី12ទូទាំងប្រទេសរដូវកាលទី2ឆ្នាំ2019កម្មវិធីនេះសហការរៀបចំដោយវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO និង CEO Master Club ឧបត្ថម្ភធំដោយធនាគារឯកទេស AEON Cambodia PLC សហការឧបត្ថម្ភដោយធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទក្រុមហ៊ុន Campaign ឆ្នាំពណ៌ជាតិ